Yo, what's going on? I potentially have the world's best, most innovative guitar tuner in the world in my hands right now. And today we're going to be reviewing it and putting it to the test to see if it really is worth your time. I just want to make one thing clear before I start the video, and that's that this is not a sponsored video. I'm not getting paid to promote this product. This is a completely genuine, voluntary and honest review of the product. So with that said, let's check it out. So here it is, the Roadie 2 tuner. Let's unbox it and see what's inside. Alright, so here's the main bit of kit. Nice and small, compact, I like it. I assume this is a bunch of manuals and stickers maybe in here. And the USB cable, of course, which we need to charge this thing since it's not battery powered, which is awesome. I really appreciate that because batteries suck. So yeah, USB-C cable and a manual. That's not a small manual, but it's in 6 languages, so lucky you. Boom. Okay, so moving on. This thing turns. I'm not sure what that does, but this is the on button, and there is an LCD sort of screen on the top there which tells me add instrument. Ah, this is like a scroll wheel, I see. So I can scroll the menu, add instrument. What have I got here? Acoustic guitar, electric guitar, classical guitar, ukulele. Well, obviously I'm gonna add electric guitar. Oh wow, 6 string, 7 string, 12 string. I'm gonna go for 6. Okay, boom. Okay, so this is like the main menu where you can add your instruments. What else have we got? Classical ukulele, that's handy. Concert ukulele, tenor ukulele. Lots of ukuleles, mandolin, banjo. Those are the default instruments on there. So that was the instrument list. Moving on, wind, unwind. What does that mean? Okay. Ah, so that's like a manual operation. Ah, that would be for when you string up your guitar and you need to wind the pegs. This is like a automatic peg winder. Next up we have settings. What's on that menu? Test Roadie. Okay, so there's different color LEDs. Oh wow, so it's testing all of its effects to check that it's all good. Tells you on the screen if it passes the test, so if there's a problem with your Roadie, then I guess it'll tell you when it's faulty. Moving on, front LED. So if this is switched on, the front LED will turn on whilst the rotation device is activated. So that's obviously very handy if you're a gigger and you perform often in the dark, or play in the dark at least, so that you can see what you're doing. So it seems like a very easy and obvious device to use. So like I said, the key functions are that it doesn't require batteries, which is cool. It's got a USB charger here. I believe you can also load different types of guitar tunings onto the device, which I will find very handy, so I'm going to go and do that in a moment. The general operation seems very easy since it only has one button and a scroll wheel. And that's it, so let's put it to the test. Now for a long time I've been using these sort of clip-on tuners. This is the Korg pitch clip, which I highly recommend, and I think I've got a good ear and I can tune my guitar pretty quickly by doing it manually with these pitch clip things. I'd say providing the guitar isn't too far out of tune, I can tune a guitar in about 20 seconds with one of these. So let's see how many seconds it takes to use this thing, and I've intentionally made this out of tune. It's actually quite significantly out of tune. So let's see how fast this thing can keep up. Bear in mind, this is the first time I've used it. I have no idea what I'm doing. So it's giving me a set of instructions on the screen. The first string, E2, here we go. Alright, there we go, impressive. So I don't know, in my example I feel like this doesn't save me too much time, but it does depend on the circumstance. Obviously if the guitar is significantly out of tune, then this thing obviously is going to do it much faster than I can even turn these pegs. But if it's slightly out of tune, then it probably is quicker for me to use this, since I can change strings almost instantly, whereas this I obviously have to take it off, sort of fiddle it onto the peg and keep going onto the peg, the next one, and so on. However, there has been times where I've been on stage, perhaps in a gig scenario, where I'm trying to get it perfectly in tune before that next song, and sometimes it actually takes a while to get it perfectly in the middle on the green on this. So I feel like this kind of does that for you, and you really don't have to think. Just pop it on, easy, boom, done, move on, and you can trust this thing. I mean, first time it nailed it. So by default, when I go into the menu here, it obviously ran through each of the strings in order, but using the scroll wheel, you can select specifically which string you would like to tune. Or if you press the button, it actually gives you another menu where you can change the tuning, you can delete the instrument if you don't want electric guitar on the menu. You can exit the tuning to obviously change to an acoustic guitar or a banjo, whatever you want. But I'm actually going to try to change the tuning now. We've got, by default, standard, open G, open D, D modal, drop D, open C, drop B, drop A, and half a step down. So that's quite a lot of options there, which will satisfy the majority of people. For me, there is a couple tunings on there that I would like to see. So for example, a full step down, or maybe drop D flat. That's a tuning that I like to use at the moment. So I'll have to figure out how I can manually put them on here. But again, I think you can plug it in or even Bluetooth with this thing to give it the information that you need. Let's try another tuning, and I'm actually going to turn on the LED light now and try and tune this in darkness. So let's see how this goes. I've selected drop D on the screen. Boom, there's the LED so I can see where my pegs are. Here we go. Interesting how it proposes that drop D is D-A-D-G-B-D. I always thought drop D was simply D-A-D-G-B-E rather than having a D on the bottom string. But not to worry, I guess I can put that in manually. But anyway, this seems to work great in darkness. I can clearly see what I'm doing. I have no problems there. Let's now see how user-friendly the Roadie app is. So my Bluetooth is on, the Roadie is on. I should be able to press sync in the middle and it syncs. If I go into settings, you can see my Roadie 2 is connected. And there are a few different options here. You can update the firmware at the bottom or factory reset if you have too many things on there and you just want to start from fresh. And interestingly, this looks very similar to the settings on the Roadie device, except you have the beep function here, which you can turn on and off, which might be handy if you want to be in a silent environment. Similar thing with the vibration toggle and so on. So let's go ahead and try and create our own tuning now. So if I go into the tunings tab, guitar, 6 strings, I'm going to go for a drop D flat. So as a template, I'm going to take the half step down, and then all I need to do is change the E to a D, save, half a step down, copy, sure thing, just for now. And there it is at the bottom. So if I select that, there's my preset tuning that I just created, and it's actually quite amazing to see the freedom of this. I can obviously select whichever string I want, and I can even change the frequency of that string to a very specific level. I'm not even sure why that would be necessary, but the freedom here is very impressive. So half a step down, copy, there it is. If I go back to instruments, add an instrument, should be in here somewhere. I'm gonna call this Ibanez since it is for my Ibanez. Boom. You can even add a photo. I assume that's just for the app. Save. There's my Ibanez. The tuning that I want for my Ibanez is now going to be half step down copy, which we've just created. Interestingly, you can change the overall frequency from 440, in fact right up from 460 hertz to 420 hertz. So that would be your point of reference for the tone of A. If you don't know anything about that, just keep it by default at A 440 hertz. So if I save that and then press sync, I believe this should now transfer to my device. So if we check my Roadie 2 tuner here, so it's on and there it is. These are my instruments. So if I go to Ibanez, there it is, half step down copy, D flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and E flat. So I think this is going to be particularly helpful, especially for me, since particularly on the acoustic, I play many songs in different tunings. So I'm going to spend quite some time uploading all of the default tunings that I use onto my Roadie 2. So I really like the freedom that the app offers. It really allows us to program any tuning you can possibly imagine into the Roadie 2. So thumbs up to Roadie there, good job. So what do you think of the Roadie 2 so far? I think this is a great product, and I'm actually going to be keeping this one since I'll find it particularly useful in live scenarios. I won't need a tuner on my pedal board because this thing literally does everything for me. It really does everything that I want it to do and would need from a guitar tuner and more. Over the years, I've actually become very accustomed to tuning the guitar manually with a chromatic tuner, and obviously I've been doing just fine using my Korg pitch clip tuner to do that, which I still 100% back up and recommend since it is a very affordable tuner. But if you're looking to invest in something next level like a pedal board tuner, then I highly recommend that you do consider the Roadie 2, because I think this is just as good, if not better, than some of the leading pedal board tuners at this moment in time. I'm really excited to put this thing to use. Let me know what you guys think about the product, what you liked, what you maybe dislike, or if you have one, then perhaps let me know what you think from your experience. If you're interested in buying this product, then I recommend you check out the description box below where you can find a link to their website to find out more and where you can buy this product. So there we go, that concludes the review. I think I've just about covered everything there. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.